speak, so I don't know.
Yeah, Alex doesn't know he's on here. Alex is the founder of Region Wrestling Academy, and he hates to be on camera, so but I'm putting him on here. Alex came back from college wrestling when Stevan was in 8th grade, and we were kind of at a pivotal point where Stevan was a pretty good wrestler, but just needed help in a lot of different areas. And I kind of begged Alex and kind of talked him into maybe starting his own school. And he worked with Stevan nonstop on privates from 8th grade on through high school and even through college, and was an integral part of Stevan's success. Alex, I know you didn't want to coach at all as far as coming out of college. You kind of were burnt out, right?
Yeah, I was completely wanted to separate myself from the sport. I got a job at the Mercantile Exchange in Chicago, and kind of just wanted to focus on that. And then I was coming into the Hanover room to kind of help out with my brother, and that's when I met Steve. And then he convinced me to coach and try to give back to the sport. And that was 14 years ago.
That's nuts. I still got that one picture of you from when we got back the first day because you had that camp. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't believe that's so
Well,
long.
I invited Alex over for a UFC fight. I don't remember who was fighting you, man.
I don't remember.
We had a couple drinks together, and then I started planting these seeds in his head. It was
And I think he came over.
He's a good salesman.
Yeah.
For sure.
But you know what? We're thankful because Stevan wouldn't be the wrestler he is without the tutelage of Alex, because he was at another level, Alex was, and we weren't yet. Stevan had some issues technically, he had some issues mentally that we were able together work out, and
Yeah, I think like when you like adolescence is probably like the biggest age to have like any type of like growth. So when you go from like being really good, you think you're good and like big fish in a small pond, to start wrestling some kids nationally, and you start getting to the next level where you want to win a state title or a national title in the U.S. It's like can be very hard on a lot of people's struggle. So I feel like this was when we started working together, was going into high school, where I had a lot of issues and a lot of mental anxiety and stress that I didn't know how to handle in big matches, and able to get myself all like, I feel like my mentality is kind of all forged from that, from you, but also a lot of my fundamentals as well, just being able, the way that I wrestle and the way that I'm why I'm such a good finisher, wouldn't be without Alex. So there's a lot of positional stuff that obviously I still do today. And like when I came in here and Jason was talking to these kids, and it was like, he's like, why are you not even watching these guys wrestle? Because like me and Renee were going, and then I was like, yeah, I know a lot of the stuff that I'm doing here, to the kids. I was like, this is stuff that I learned doing here. With this is the same system of things that these kids are doing, and Jason and Paul are teaching, and you're teaching. So. Yeah.
We got some great kids coming out of here. Who else has wrestled out of here after you? Well, Jason Tsirtsis, obviously NCAA champ and world team member for USA at the junior level.
Yeah, juniors.
We got Jesse Mendez. He was a little kid when you were, how many years older are you? Sergio Lemley, right?
Yep.
Lucas David, the Davison brothers.
So this area here, I mean, you've given a lot back to. There's a lot of little studs coming up that are going to be the future of wrestling here in the area. But from the time that you started, Alex, to now, what have you seen as far as? Because I know your passion is helping kids get better.
Yeah.
But what have you seen as far as the difference between a club like Region and some of the other clubs out there? And I'm not talking about, comparing and contrasting, but I mean, what's the difference what you're doing here at the Region compared to like some other clubs?
I think the most important thing for us is we just focus on the development of the kids. A lot of people, a lot of parents, a lot of kids, a lot of clubs want to have instant success, and that's not where it's at, because you're going to end up running into roadblocks, and then you will have a hard time mentally, dealing with things. But if you know that there's a process that you're going to keep developing your wrestling, your mental aspect, your strength, your speed, whatever it is, you just keep developing. That's what your focus should be on, and that's what makes it fun.
Well, what do you talk about systems too? Because I mean, after working with you for so many years, and even now, I mean, Alex is a I would say he's on our we run things by Alex even today in situations and positions where it's constant contact. If we're working on something, it's like we run it by Alex to see what he thinks, because, you know, he's got a good IQ there, and we take what he says into account. But as far as a system of wrestling, I see parents doing this all the time. They'll start in a club like Region, it doesn't matter, and then they jump to another club, and they think there's some kind of a magic formula, a special pill. If I go over there, I'm going to become a superstar. You know, my kid is going to become a superstar. Then they'll jump over here, or they'll be going to 4 different clubs at the same time. I mean, I know what my thoughts are on that. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's good to have different partners sometimes, maybe if you're not getting the same partner in the room or whatever, but as far as a system of wrestling, yeah, I don't think it's good. Yeah. You can kind of get sidetracked. There's different ways to skin a cat, obviously, but as long as there's an understanding of the direction that you're moving towards. If you understand that, then you could go different places and experience different things and stuff like that. But you don't want to get sidetracked at the same time. Yeah,
there's probably 100 different ways to get to downtown Chicago from where we're at, Northwest Indiana.
Yeah.
Like different ways to go. But like if you want to get there the quickest and the best way, it's probably to take one path and get really good at that path, you know? And that's what we always did with Stevan. Even though we had opportunities to train in some of the best rooms in the country, this was home for us. And occasionally we would veer off to train in another facility. We talked to Alex, and Alex, hey, there's this partner in here and this partner. Yeah. What do you think? Should we go in there? Yeah, for sure. Get in there, get a feel for these guys. So. Now, I just wanted Alex to be in this here. Alex is the most humble guy that I know, and he's given us the most that we've gotten from anybody as far as Stevan's career. And I'm forever thankful to what he's done for us. And me, you know, I'm a guy that never wrestled. I'm a guy that didn't know shit about wrestling 20 years ago. And he allowed me to kind of put up with my crap for a while. and, you know, like, allowed me to be part of the formula. And, you know, because I did bring some things to the table.
No, I think the best way to put it is Steve would come up with ideas, and then we'd build off those ideas and tweak it and stuff like that. And, you know, some things would work, some things wouldn't, but we ended up learning a lot along the way doing that.
Yeah. But, Alex, if I haven't told you publicly ever, thank you for everything you've done for me, for Stevan. Without you, and for all the kids that you're helping out in Region Wrestling. I mean, there's going to be a lot of studs coming out here, and there already are. I mean, like with some of the names that I mentioned. So,
thanks, Alex.
Yep.